Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Jay. I'm here to do find my Aaliyah video that I've been talking about. I'm gonna do for the longest, and I haven't gotten around to it. It's gonna be really a short video. You know what I mean? Because I'm still really not feeling so well. Still kind of under the weather, but I'm gonna try my best to um, do this video justice because Aaliyah, she was one of my favorite singers and entertainers of all time, and really enjoyed her music and loved her music. And I might not get every song correct or every album, but I'm just gonna give, like I always do, my thoughts, and they're my thoughts and my experiences with her music. Well, Aaliyah was born in 1979. She was the youngest child of Diane and Michael Horton, or Miguel Horton. She had an interesting name because her name means to raise up in both Arabic and in Hebrew. And in Arabic, it's the female equivalent of the name Ali. So right then and there, she was already destined for greatness, just like the boxer, right? So she was blessed with talent from a very young age, and as a kid in school, she was in the stage production of Annie, and that really was what really inspired her to want to be an entertainer and to want to get into music. Another thing that inspired her wanting to get into the music business was the fact that her aunt, through marriage, was Gladys Knight from Gladys Knight and the Pips. So she already had that inroad of getting into music, but it wasn't easy for her because even though she had Gladys Knight as her aunt, she still had to work twice as hard just to so people could not say, well, you have Gladys Knight as your aunt, and that's why you became successful. Nah, that's not why I became successful. I became successful through my own hard work. As a matter of fact, when Leah's family moved to Detroit, she went to an art and music school, and during the performance, she even sang Ave Maria in all Italian. So how about that? As she became older, she eventually got the attention of music producer R. Kelly, and by 1995, she was she was already producing her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And it was during this time with her and R. Kelly that she began to be in a relationship with R. Kelly. R. Kelly, of course, his problems are well publicized and his problems are well known. That he's very attracted to young women. He's very he's a pedophile creep asshole. So and he took advantage of Aaliyah's desire to want to get in the music business and want to do good in the music business, and he abused her. They got married, and it was illegal because she was 15 years old. A lot of people say, well, she had agency, she knew what she was doing and stuff, but like, come on, bro. Like a lot of y'all that have daughters out there that are teenagers like I do, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all wouldn't want to see your daughters in a relationship with a pop mega star that's using her. You know what I mean? And she even got the name of the album is Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I mean, he's putting it in your face that he's abusing this child and nobody does anything about it. But to me, I really wasn't into her at that point in time. I got into her later in the later years when she started to work with Missy Elliott and Timbaland, and she did the One in a Million album, which was like around 97, 98. And she was off to the races then. Um, because that song, "If Your Girl Only Knew," is one of my favorite songs. Like I could still play that song to this day. The song "One in a Million" is one of my favorite songs. "4 Page Letter" is one of my favorite songs. All the songs she did with Aaliyah, I mean, with Timbaland and Missy was just incredible. Timbaland and Missy just brought a different sound to her. And one of the things that was unique about Aaliyah was that she dressed it tomboyish, but she was still very sexy. And this is why she became a spokesperson for the Tommy Hilfiger brand. She had the baggy clothes, she had the street look, you know what I mean? But she was still a very sexy, very attractive young lady to many people. And she epitomized that look. Like that was her brand, that was her look, that was her style, you know? But towards the latter years, I feel like around the time of her second album, she she started to move away from that and become more feminine and become more like the traditional sexy. She even had this one hairstyle where she would put like one side of her hair would completely cover her eye, and for the longest there was rumors out there that she had a lazy eye or that her eye she had a glass eye or something. You know what I mean? That's why she would do that. She wasn't doing it for that. She was doing it because she was just that was just her style, man. You know. And then she got into acting, like around 98, 99, to where she was cast aside the lead role of Jet Li in the action flick Romeo Must Die, and she was just incredible in this film because it really showed her range that she could be more than just a musical artist. That she had legs in the movie world, and her and Jet Li kind of seemed like a strange pairing, but to me it went really well. And her collaborations with DMX on the soundtrack to this was amazing. That song where he'd be like, "Do you really know what a girl wants? I mean, do you really know what a dog wants? Do you really know what a dog needs?" That song that he did with her it's just one of my favorite songs. I love that song. You know, like for real. I really that song was still a jam to me. And then the stuff she did on the Doctor Doolittle soundtrack too. "Are You That Somebody?" I feel like "Are You That Somebody" is like one of the best choreographed song videos ever. Cause like you could you could watch that video and know exactly how to choreograph a video from just her dance moves. You know, she she was just she was just an amazing dancer and an amazing artist. You know, she she wasn't really like she didn't really have like any songs that I could think of. Maybe you guys know more that are better fans of hers, though bigger fans of hers than I was. Where like she really belted it out. Like she really had like a lot of ballad songs where she just belted out like ballads. To me, she was more in the vein of singer and dancer type, but her dance moves were just incredible. A memory that I remember from my own life about one of her songs was "Rock the Boat." "Rock the Boat." A friend of my friend that I talk about often, Lisa, and I used to attend this program, and we was in a dance. We was in a dance class together, and the teacher put on for us "Rock the Boat," and that was around the time that Aaliyah had just passed away, and it was just tremendous, like dancing to that song and realizing like how really rhythmically perfect this song really was. the song was like you would get lost in the rhythm, just dancing and dancing to it, you know. But about Aaliyah's death, yeah, she died August 25th, 2001. It was the day before. it was the day. It was, excuse me. It was the day before my birthday. Um, and I just remember getting up hearing that Aaliyah had passed away, and I was just so freaking sad because she was like I said in my '90s video, she was just on the cusp of achieving something so powerful and so profound in her career, you know? And she couldn't. I mean, I read articles where she was gonna star in Whitney Houston was gonna remake the movie Sparkle, and she was gonna star in that song. I mean, in that movie, you know, she was gonna star in. She had a bunch of movies lined up. She was just getting ready to take Hollywood by storm, like she had done the fashion industry, and like she had and speaking of in the fashion industry, her and her her and Quincy Jones' daughter Rashida were also going to start their own clothing line. You know, right before Leah died, so she was going to take both the fashion industry world by storm as well as the movie world, and she would have been the next. She would have been the next superstar because she was just that good. That performance that she played in Romeo Must Die was just so compelling, you know. And if you go back, you can see some of her stuff from Star Search when she was a little kid on the show with Ed, with Ed McMahon, and you know she was just blessed with talent from a very early age, you know. And she was a Brooklyn girl. Originally, she lived in Brooklyn, but then later her family moved out to Detroit, you know. And I always play that song that Jay Z made for her, uh, the remix to "Missing You." Every year I play that on August the 25th, anniversary of her death, and I just think of her. You know, one of the nicknames for my own daughter is Baby Girl, and I got that from Aaliyah. You know, she was beautiful. She was one of my first like music crushes when I was here in the Tommy Hilfiger in the Tommy Hilfiger clothes, like I said, acting all tomboyish and stuff. She was so cute and so beautiful, and like she had this really, um, she had this really around the way vibe that you just didn't see in music before, because usually in music before that you had a lot of people that um you know the females were either very masculine or very feminine, like a Queen Latifah, or very feminine, like a Lil Kim. But Aaliyah combined it both. Aaliyah managed to do both at once and do it well. And one crazy other thing I found out that she was in the last movie, Queen of the Dam. After that, she was gonna collaborate with Jonathan Davis from Korn, the rock band, to do a song with him. So she would have even crossed over into that market in rock and roll as she lived, you know. And one last thing that I'm gonna say, that when you hear Damon Dash talk about Aaliyah, who was his gonna be his wife at that time, um, you know, you could still hear the despondence in his voice about her loss. He said in an interview that there's just some things that you just never get over. And that's one of the things he never got over. Fuck, he was gonna beat the shit out of radio DJ Star from Star and Buck for making those plane crash sounds when Aaliyah, right after Aaliyah's death. People in New York never forgave Star for that shit. And he was totally fucked up and he was totally wrong. Because I know you're trying to be like a black Howard Stern and you're trying to shock people, but not even Howard Stern would have went that far, bro. You know what I'm saying? You took it too far and you deserve to be ostracized the way you was in the radio industry. And you was never that funny to begin with. You know? And plus, like I said, this was her hometown, man, you know? We respected her and we loved her. And I loved her. I loved her a lot. You know, you know, there was a movie made about her a couple of years back, but the movie was shitty. There was no real effort put into it at all. You know, I would love to see a real movie made about her, you know, that really touches on her legacy and, you know, that really touches on who she was as an artist. You know, how she really was one of those artists that bridged the gap between R&B and hip hop. Because remember, I talked about in my '80s video how hip hop was over here and R&B was over here, right? But Aaliyah, she was one of those that in the '90s bridged the gap between R&B and hip hop. Well, you still can have a little hip hop, but you could be as sensuous and sexy in an R&B type way. So that's pretty much all I got to say about her. I'm sorry this video is not longer, but just wanted to get that off my chest. You know, how I felt about it. And I'll never forget that day, August 25th, 2001. I went to Coney Island that day for the next day for my birthday. And people were just playing Aaliyah songs. Are You That Somebody? One in a Million. If Your Girl Only Knew. They were just playing all Aaliyah songs. And it just touched something inside me, man. Peace.